In this video, I'm going to teach you how to become a social Chad as an introvert in 2026. So basically, I used to be an introvert. I've been studying communication for 3 years, and now I'm a master communicator. I'm very good socially. I can talk to people. I can build rapport. I can do all of that. And basically, I'm going to teach you pretty much everything I know. Maybe not everything I know in this video, but I'm going to teach you a fuck ton of knowledge that's going to help you become very smooth socially. And this is going to be geared towards introverts. This is going to be geared towards you specifically, someone who's shy, someone who's not very confident in social situations, someone who's not very charismatic naturally. It's going to be geared towards you. I'm going to teach you how you can change your life and change your social life and basically become a smooth, charismatic guy. I'm going to teach you all the protocols to get there and tactics you can use in this video. So this video is going to be packed with knowledge. It's going to be life-changing. I'm going to do this off the top of my head because I know these things. I've ingrained them into my psyche, and I'm going to be teaching them to you. And I genuinely believe if you implement everything I say in this video, your life is going to change for the better. Your social life is going to be flourishing with a whole bunch of new friends, and people are genuinely going to be enjoying their time with you because you're just that charismatic. That's what I'm going to teach you in this video. So, unlike wasting time, I'm just going to get straight into it. The very first thing you need to know about becoming a social Chad and becoming socially slick in 2026 as an introvert is that you should be trying to maximize fun in conversations. I want you to think about the extroverts you know. Maybe they're in your workplace, maybe they're in your school. Think about the extroverts you know. What are they doing? Yeah, they're talking to one another, but they're having fun talking to one another. There's a difference. These extroverts, these people that are super good socially and super charismatic, they're always trying to maximize fun. This is something I've noticed, and this is something that I've tried to implement into my own life, and it's changed the way I socialize with people. I try to maximize fun in interactions. I try to be silly and goofy, and not in a way that's going to make me look like an idiot, but I try to be funny and stuff. I'm not very chill. I'm not trying to take it serious, and that was a big problem for me at first. When I was first trying to become more social and talk to more people, I would start a conversation with someone, but I would come across as super serious and strict, and it's this weird energy that's coming across. I would come across as boring to these people pretty much, because I would try to be respected so much. I wouldn't want to do anything that would make me look like an idiot. I wouldn't want to be goofy and silly and make jokes. I was just staying super safe and super serious. And this is not how you become social. This is not how you become charismatic at all. You want to maximize fun. In every interaction you have with people, try to maximize fun. Now, with the extroverts, this is very easy to do. Because the extroverts, they're always trying to have fun. They're always cracking jokes, laughing their heads off. But you're going to see people that you try to have a fun time with, and they're just not receptive. So this is something that you need to identify. Identify the people that are social and the people who want to have fun. And identify the people that are reserved and shy and introverted like you. Chances are if you're an introvert right now, you already have introverted friends. And those guys aren't super loud and social and funny. If you want to become more social, if you want to become more charismatic, you want to be talking to the guys that are receptive towards that, the extroverts. And you want to be trying to have fun in an interaction with them. Now, how do you have fun? Well, I know it sounds pretty vague, but here's what I mean. And this is something that when I'm about to tell you, this is something that I did. And once I did it, every interaction from that point on completely changed. What you need to do to maximize fun in interactions is to act 50% more retarded. And when I say retarded, I mean fucking retarded, like on the spectrum. I know it sounds bad, but I'm telling you, if you act like this, you'll genuinely be much more receptive to other people, and people are going to be much more receptive towards you in conversations, because the end goal of a conversation is just have a good time. That's the end goal, right? If you're trying to become more social, what you're really trying to do is have more fun. So how do you have more fun? You become silly and goofy, and you really just can't care about what people think about you. I want to give you an analogy. Think about people who are the most social. Chances are they go to bars and they drink alcohol and they go to parties and stuff. What do people do when they drink alcohol? Think about it. They drink alcohol, they drink all this booze, fucking beer, all this stuff. They're crushing it. But how do they act? They act goofy and silly, and it's almost as if they acted 50% more retarded when you're fucking drunk, right? Those people who are drunk, they're the most social. They're the best fucking socially. They're always talking to people. So that's how you need to act sober. If you can act 50% more retarded while you're sober, I'm telling you, every interaction is going to be much more fun. People are going to be receptive towards you. People are going to have fun around you. And you're going to be seen as charismatic. Maximize fun and social interactions. Act 50% more retarded. I'm telling you, your social life's going to change. And when I say retarded, you can genuinely act like fucking stupid. You can make stupid noises and no one will bat an eye. You just gotta fucking own it. Just today I was in class, these ladies, they walked into class and they were singing the Nationwide. Like, it was like Nationwide is on your side, but they were singing it in a stupid way. But no one batted an eye. And they're acting fucking retarded, but seriously, bro, that's how you gotta be socially. You gotta act fucking 50% more retarded. Okay? That's how you maximize fun. So that's the first point. If you're introverted right now, I know you're super reserved. You want to be taken seriously. You don't want to embarrass yourself. But I'm telling you, acting 50% more retarded and maximizing fun is the way. The second thing you got to understand about being more charismatic and being a social Chad, basically, is that you need to get extremely good at speaking. Because if you think about being social, what is being social? It's speaking to others. That's what being social is. So all you're really doing is speaking. So that's something you want to get extremely good at. You want to get extremely good at speaking. Me, I'm a master communicator. I'm a master communicator when it comes to social tactics and stuff, but I'm also a master speaker. I record my videos off the top of my head in a coherent manner and which people want to listen to. I deliberately design my videos in this way. And this is something that you want to do because you want to do it for two reasons. One, because it's going to make you more social. It's going to help you say words and construct sentences, which is going to make it easier to socialize. Because speaking is the foundation. You learn how to speak. You use speaking and socializing. You learn speaking in sales. You learn speaking in everything, pretty much, as a human being. The speaking is the foundation. It's going to help you construct sentences. As an introvert, you're not good at doing that. You're not good at constructing sentences because you don't have practice. Extroverts, they yap all day. They have all the fucking neurons memorized in their brain to say words. You don't have that because you don't speak. So you need to get very, very good at speaking. And if you're going to get good, you don't want to stop halfway. You want to go all the way. Master speaking. And the way you're going to do this is naturally by doing it. Actually, did I talk about the second reason why you should master communication? The second reason you should master, speaking. The second reason you should master speaking is because it's a superpower. You can dictate someone's day by what you say. If I call someone a fat ass, think about it logically. Think about it for what it is. I have to burp. Excuse me. Think about it for what it is. Audio, vibrations in the air, enters someone's ear when I call them a fat ass. Vibrations enter that person's ear. Their brain interprets those vibrations they're hearing in a certain way, which releases chemicals that make them sad or angry or whatever, that makes them have an emotional reaction, and that can dictate their entire day. You call someone a fat ass, you're going to ruin their day. So speaking and communication is a superpower, so it's something you want to master. Because it's fucking one of the most under-discussed superpowers in the world. You can take an idea in your head, place the idea into someone else's brain when you master speaking. So you want to get extremely good at it. So how do you get extremely good at it? Well, I highly recommend you do what I'm doing now, which is sitting in front of the camera and speaking. This is the best way, especially for you introverts, because think about it. You can sit down in front of your camera in the privacy of your own home You don't have to talk to other people. You can just sit down, practice constructing sentences, practice speaking without filler words, practice speaking with high energy in a captivating way, practice your fucking hand movements and etc. Everything you need to do, you can do it all at home by yourself with no one around. And this is going to get you extremely good at speaking. Think about it. I'm occupying you with my speaking alone. This is 100% input from my side and 0% input from your side. So this is going to force you to get extremely good at speaking, which is what you want to do. On top of that, if you can master this, if you can get really good at speaking to the camera, you can get really good at speaking conversations. Conversations are going to be a breeze, because conversations, that's 50-50. There's input on both sides. Here's 100% input from my side. So it's going to force you to get good at this. And so how do you go about this, right? Well, here's what I recommend to people. I recommend that you sit down in front of the camera every single day. At first, you want to sit down every single day and you want to think of a topic you know well and then speak on it. But you don't just want to speak on it all willy-nilly and waffle and shit. You want to speak on it using a framework that I use and it changed my life. It's called the PREP framework. It's P-R-E-P, PREP. So this PREP framework, what it stands for is point, reason, example, point. You want to think of that topic. Let's say that topic is football. You want to make a point about football. Football is the best sport on the face of the planet. That's a point. You want to give the reasoning. Football is the best sport on the face of the planet because there's two coaches on the sidelines strategizing while there's also WWE-sized athletes in the middle going at it. Or you could give an example. These two are interchangeable. You also give an example. Football is the best sport on the face of the planet because I caught a touchdown pass when I was 9 years old. There's no other feeling like that. That's why you want to wrap it up. That's why football is the best sport on the face of the planet. So you want to start with the point, and you want to end with the point. Football is the best sport on the face of the planet. Give the reasoning, whether it's a reason or example, and finish the point. That's why football is the best sport on the face of the planet. You can do this with any topic. And obviously you don't want to make it super brief. I'm making it brief for the sake of the video. But you can expand on it. You can make a point, expand the reasoning. You can give more examples, more shit, more explanations, go on a little bit of tangents here and there, and then finish it off. So you want to sit down, think of a topic, use the PREP framework, make sure the video is about 1 to 2 minutes long. And then, after you're done recording that 1 to 2 minute video on this topic, pause the video, rewatch it, and you're going to analyze everywhere where you made a mistake. Where you said a filler word, where you stuttered, where your energy is lacking, where your tonality is off, where your body language is not captivating, why you're not entertaining. Would you listen to yourself, yes or no? Analyze all of these things, find one thing to improve on, and then fix it the next recording. And then once you fix that, find something else to improve on. The idea is that you should be so entertained and captivated by your video that you record that eventually it's going to get to a point where other people are going to watch you speak and they're going to be captivated. So if you can watch your own self and be captivated, then other people are definitely going to be captivated. That's the idea here. So I recommend doing that sequence 3 times a day. All at once. So you want to record, do the PREP framework, all that, and then pause it, analyze, and then try to improve one thing on the second time. And then try to improve that same thing on the third time. Do that 3 times back to back to back every single day. It'll take you like 15 minutes. It won't take you long. And I'm telling you, if you do that, you're going to start getting extremely good at speaking. It's going to make conversations much easier. And you're just going to be naturally articulate and charismatic. Okay? That's the second point when it comes to becoming a social Chad as an introvert in 2026. The third point, now let me think about this. I talked about having fun. I talked about speaking. Let's see, fun. And then, yep, I talked about fun. I talked about speaking. Yeah. So I'm gonna give you something that's gonna really help you a lot. So you're an introvert, right? So now you already know that you should maximize fun in conversation. And now you already know that you should get extremely good at speaking. Now, how do you actually get into conversations? What do you say in conversations? How should you go about this? That's what I'm going to talk about for the next 2 points. So basically, as an introvert, something you already do is you eavesdrop. You're a natural eavesdropper. You listen to what other people are saying because you're not talking yourself, which is fine. You can use this to your advantage. You know, I was watching this one networking video. There was this multi-millionaire. I was watching this video. He was given tips on how to network. And basically, he said one of the things he would do was that he would go to nice hotel lounges, sit down, and he would eavesdrop on the conversations around him. And the reason why he would do this is because it gave him an easy opening to chime in on a conversation. Because his whole idea being there was to network with other millionaires. That's what he wanted to do. That's why he was in this hotel. He would sit down in the lounge and he would eavesdrop on other people's conversation. And he will hear something and it'll give him a window of opportunity to chime in. He would be like, hey, I heard you talking about furniture. Are you in the furniture industry? And they'll be like, yeah. And then that gives them an opening. You can use eavesdropping to your advantage. Use it to your advantage, bro. Sit down in a public area. Maybe you're in a social place. Maybe you're at a wedding. Maybe you're at a party. Eavesdrop on conversations and then listen for opportunities where you can chime in. Oh, you're talking about archery. Oh, yeah. Have you heard about this one pro archery athlete? He went off the rails. He ended up jumping off a cliff. Like, I'm making this up, but like, you get what I'm saying. You need to find opportunities to chime in, especially when you're in social areas. So you can use eavesdropping to your advantage. Listen to something. If it's something you know about, chime into the conversation, okay? Now, what do you actually do in the conversation? Well, I don't want to teach you, I have more videos on this. I don't want to teach you absolutely everything when it comes to conversations, but I will teach you one major philosophy and a few objectives to conduct in conversations. The major philosophy when it comes to speaking to people in conversations is to be genuinely curious about them. The reason why you want to do this, and the reason why I started doing this, is because I heard this one Dale Carnegie quote. Dale Carnegie, he made this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. He made it, and one of the things he says in the books is that you're 5 times more likely to make friends, or you make friends 5 times faster if you're interested in other people compared to you trying to get everyone interested in you. So instead of you standing here being like, I'm the man, I'm super fucking charismatic, I hit the gym, like me, please like me. No, you don't want to do that. You want to be genuinely curious in other people. This is going to make you a lot more friends. And this also is very effective in conversations. If you're talking to someone, the whole frame you want to make this conversation in is to be genuinely curious about this person. Ask them questions. And when I say curious, I mean curious. Think about a curious cat. They're not super aggressive. They're just like walking around all casual. You want to be casual about this. You don't want to be needy about it. Don't be nosy, but you want to be curious. There's a difference. So you're going to ask this person questions in conversation. You're going to ask questions. Oh, where'd you get this from? Oh, what do you think about this? What are you excited about? Be curious. That's the whole philosophy you want to enter this conversation with. And I'm telling you, it's going to be very effective because the fastest way you get someone to like you is to get them to talk about themselves. So you being curious, you're getting them to talk about themselves. They're going to associate that good feeling with you. And what's going to happen is that they're going to like you a lot more. So that's the main frame you want to enter this conversation with. Now, some objectives you need to get done in conversation, which is going to make the conversation much more smoother, it's going to help you build a lot more rapport, is that you should approach this person like they're your old friend. That's the first objective. Approach this person like They're your old friend you haven't seen in a long time. Because think about it. Think about the last time you saw your old friend you haven't seen in years. You're probably super friendly with them. You were laughing, you were making jokes, you were catching up. You approached him in a super friendly manner. You didn't approach him like he was a stranger. But that's how you want to approach strangers. You want to approach strangers or people you want to get to know with that same energy, as if you already know them, as if they're your old friend from years ago, and you're just chatting it up and you're having this wholesome interaction, because that's going to make your energy super friendly. Obviously, don't say stupid shit like, yeah, how's the wife and kids, like you already know them. But come in with the energy that you already know them. Don't talk like you already know them. There's a difference. But that's going to build massive rapport, because you're coming in with that frame, that friendly frame. They're eventually going to fall into that frame and they're going to be friendly back. And since they're going to be friendly back, that's subconsciously going to make them think that you guys are friends. That's one step closer to you guys building rapport. So that's how you want to enter conversations. Approach that person like they're your old friend and you're being genuinely curious about them. Now, the second objective in conversations is that you should, especially at the beginning, you should try to match this person's energy. A lot of times you might be talking to a nonchalant guy and he's low energy, he's a chill and mellow. You want to be more chill with this guy. However, if you're talking to someone who's super high energy, he's always saying outrageous things, you might be yelling and shit, like just not in a negative way, but just fucking yelling and saying things out loud. You want to be higher energy with this guy. You want to match their energy, because subconsciously they're going to realize, oh, this guy has the same energy as me right now. That's going to boost their mood. It's going to build rapport. It's going to make them feel comfortable around you. That's the second thing. That's the second objective you want to try to accomplish at the very beginning of this conversation. Now, the third objective that you should do is somewhere in the duration of this conversation, give them a compliment. Because what is charisma? Think about this. When you think of a charismatic person, that charismatic person, 9 times out of 10, is always making others feel good. That is what charisma is. Okay, I had to make a cut real quick. I had to go turn off some shit, some alarm or something, but what was I saying? Yeah, the whole idea behind charisma is making others feel good. So that's why you want to give them a compliment. If you give them a compliment about something, like look at their shoes, look at their look at their clothes, look at their energy, maybe their appearance, find something you like about this person throughout the duration of the conversation and give them a compliment on it, because that's going to make them feel good. That's going to make them perceive you as charismatic. And I mean, that's the whole point, right? Make them feel good, because that's another reason why you want to maximize fun. That's going back to the first point in this video, to always try to maximize fun in a conversation, because that makes people feel good. Same thing with compliments. Make them feel good, but from a different angle. So deliberately, while you're talking to them, find something to compliment them about. Okay? Now, I have more objectives. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be a long video, so I don't want to go over every single objective. I think there's like 5, 6 objectives throughout the conversation. I made a whole conversation video about this. I think it was the video before this. I'm pretty sure I uploaded, but I made a whole conversation video. I'll cover everything in there about the objectives and stuff. You can go click that after. I don't want to go over every single objective, because this video, I'm sure it's getting long, right? But yeah, those are 3 objectives right there. If you want to learn all the objectives, you can click the other video. But that will serve you well. Even those 3 alone, that's going to serve you very well. So, what was I talking about? So you want to have, and then I talked about conversations, right? That's what I just talked about. I remembered I was going to talk about. Fuck. I was going to talk about knowledge. All right. So this is something that I found out recently. And like I said, I'm doing this off the top of my head. I'm trying to remember all the points, but this is something that I've just started doing, and I think it's really going to help me. So naturally, as a master communicator, I want to get good at networking. And when I say networking, yeah, I mean making friends, but I mean like networking with like high value people, like CEOs and shit. And I've been trying to learn how to do that more and more in the past few weeks. And one of the tips that I learned from one of these multimillionaires that was teaching networking, I was watching a video about it. One of the tips I learned from him was that you should increase your general knowledge. So think about the knowledge you have in the top of your brain. Think about it. What do you know? Like, what is something that's happening in the world right now that you can bring up in the snap of a finger and just talk about it? There's probably nothing, but just today, like I said, I just started doing this. I learned about the Iran and US situation where, Trump is trying to do some shit in Iran. He's trying to help the protesters over there. And I could explain the situation more in depth, but you get what I'm saying. This is something I could just bring up in a conversation. But also, if I'm sitting in that lounge, remember the lounge example earlier, if I'm sitting in that lounge and I'm eavesdropping on other people's conversations and I want to network and someone's talking about the Trump-Iran thingy, then I'm going to know about it because I've increased my general knowledge. So, there should be some part of the day where you're deliberately trying to increase your knowledge. Now, this is how I'm going about it. The way I decided to increase my general knowledge is by just watching the news. So actually, let me just finish my point, Basically, let's say I'm sitting in the lounge and someone can be talking about scuba diving. Someone can be talking about fucking biking or whatever. If I have increased general knowledge, I can chime in all these conversations. That's what I was trying to finish. Now, the way I'm going about doing this, increasing my general knowledge, is by watching the news. So basically, I'm going to go on Google News every single day from now on. I'm going to take an article. I'm going to look through the headlines first. I'm going to see something that looks interesting. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to look at this article. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the entire article, put it into AI, and tell me the basic gist of the situation in a simple and easy to digest manner. I'm going to do that once every single day for one article, and that's going to increase my general knowledge. And this is going to serve you well. It's going to help you network also. You're sitting in that lounge, you're going up to this party or whatever, you hear someone talking about some niche subject like fucking Groundhog's Day, and you've learned about that on the fucking AI article thingy I'm talking about. You can chime in on that conversation with ease. It's going to create so many more opportunities for you to start talking to people. It's extremely important that you increase your general knowledge. So deliberately take time out of your day. Make this a daily routine thing where you just go to Google News, find an interesting headline, click on it, highlight the article, put it into AI, boom, you're done. Read it, you got it, and your knowledge increase. Because gaining knowledge itself is a positive thing. Knowledge is good. Everyone knows knowledge is good, learning is good. That's why we all get an education. Increasing your general knowledge is inherently good. So it's going to help you become much more social with ease. Now, the next thing you want to do if you want to become a social chat as an introvert is you should use dialogue. This is a niche tip. This is more advanced, but I noticed this in other master communicators, and I've used this myself in my own videos. I use dialogue to explain things. Or I just use dialogue itself in stories. So let's say I'm telling a story about, I have to make one off the top of my head. Like, let's say I'm giving a story about, talking to a cashier. If I was saying that, I would use dialogue. Instead of saying what happened, just say what the cashier was saying. The cashier was like, hey, how am I help you? And I was like, da-da-da. And she was like, yeah, I actually can't give you that money because you're short on change, whatever. Use dialogue. That's going to make you much more captivating in conversation. That's going to suck the person... Pause. That's going to take the person listening to what you're saying. It's going to make them feel like they're in your story. So using dialogue is super important. Also, if you don't know how to explain things, just use dialogue. Like, let me give an example. If I want to explain the US and Venezuela situation, I can use dialogue. Like, I could be like, yeah, Trump was like, yeah, Maduro, stop bringing drugs into our nation. Maduro was like, nah, fuck you. Trump was like, yeah, I'm just gonna take your oil and kidnap you. And Maduro was like, oh shit, what happened? And now that's how you can explain the Trump Maduro situation. You get what I'm saying? You can use dialogue to explain things. If you can't explain things through coherent sentences, you can explain things through dialogue. Use this, and I'm telling you, it's going to be much more captivating for people who listen to you, especially in conversations. You might not think you might not use this in conversation, but I'm telling you, especially women. Women, when they're telling stories, they use dialogue all the fucking time. Just eavesdrop on a woman's conversation. You're gonna hear this. I guarantee you. The next thing, the next point when it comes to becoming a social Chad as an introvert in 2026 is that you should be racist. As bad as that sounds, I'm telling you, absolutely everyone has preconceived notions about people in their mind. I'm not saying everyone's racist, but I'm saying everyone knows the stereotypes. Like white people, they say certain things. Like black people, they speak a certain way in the US. Or Africans, they speak with a funny accent and they hunt down lions and shit. Be racist, because I was learning from this one multi-millionaire on YouTube I keep talking about. He was given networking tips, and one of his tips was that you should be racist. And the reason why is because, yeah, you can talk to someone and build a connection to them and be genuinely curious and give them compliments and do all that shit. That's no problem. But as soon as you go for a risky play and you say something racist or you make a racist joke, then that's when that other guy can trust you. That's when that other guy can be like, yeah, this guy's a real guy. He's not just kissing my ass. He's being racist. He's being authentic. That's what being racist does. It helps you come across as authentic. It builds trust. Because everyone has these stereotypes in their mind. I'm not saying just fucking say the N-word. I'm not saying crazy shit like that. But you can make racial jokes. You know what I mean? And that's nothing wrong with that. And if the person you're talking to gets mad that you're making a racist joke that's like stereotypical and shit, then that person's probably not a fun person to talk to anyway. So being racist, if you want to become closer to people, especially when you're networking or you're making friends, you can be racist. Make a racist joke here and there. It might be a little risky, but I'm telling you, 99% of people on the planet, including multi-millionaires on the top echelons of human life, they all laugh at racist jokes, and they probably won't care. And then once you say that joke, they're gonna be like, yeah, this guy gets it. He's a real one. He's authentic. You know? Being racist is actually very, very useful for being social. As crazy as it sounds. Now, the very last point I want to make when it comes to becoming a social Chad in 2026 as an introvert is that you should learn more tactics, right? I had the communication lab. You can learn tactics in there. But one of the tactics that I use when it comes to extracting information from people. Now, this is not really going to help you become more social. This is more of something that you can use if you want. And it's going to make you a dangerous master communicator. But what you can do is that you can extract information from people. So let me give you an example, right? Let's say I'm at my house and someone's leaving. Like my friend is leaving the house. He came in to visit, he's leaving the house. I could be like, hey, are you headed to Dunkin' Donuts? And he'll be like, no, I'm headed to da-da-da. Before, if I wanted to know where he's going, I could just say, hey, where are you going? But that comes across as nosy. However, if I say the wrong thing, like, hey, where are you going? Hershey Park? Don't say Hershey Park, but like say, where are you going in the store? He's like, no, I'm going to I'm going to da-da-da, right? He's going to tell you. That's how you can extract information from people. If you say the wrong thing, people are going to want to correct you. If I say 2 plus 2, all right, let me think of a higher number. If I say 33 plus 34 is 62, people are going to correct me because I'm wrong. They're going to be like, no, it's 64. People want to correct you. Use this to your advantage to extract info from people. Hey, are you going to Dunkin' Donuts? No, I'm going to fucking Costco. They correct you. But in correcting you, they reveal more knowledge about themselves that they wouldn't have given you if you just ask, hey, where are you going? Oh, none of your business. That's how you extract info from people. This is also how you keep conversations alive. Let's say the conversation's kind of dying down between you and another person. You can say, hey, where'd you get that? It looks African. like the bracelet. I was thinking about bracelet in my mind. Hey, is that an African bracelet on your wrist? No, this is not African. This is a fucking watch, obviously, from America. And then they could talk about their watch. That's how you extract info from people. If you say the wrong thing, people are gonna want to correct you. So use this to your advantage. Just use it, bro. If you want to know where people are going, ask them if they're going to the wrong place, and then they could correct you. If you want to know what time people are gonna be back, like, are you coming back at 6? No, I'm actually coming back at 8:30. That's how you extract info. This is a tactic. I teach more tactics like that in the communication lab. On top of that, I teach many lessons on how to build relationships, how to be social, how to conduct yourself, lessons from politicians, lessons from master communicators, lessons from influencers, all of that, lessons from marketing. I teach you pretty much everything I know about communication and social skills, all in the communication lab. It's a phenomenal program. If you want to join us, the link in the description, basically. It's a life-changing program. It's years and years and years of knowledge and lessons you can learn about social skills. You can learn about communication. All of that is there. All the lessons I wish I'd known. All the lessons that took me years to gather into one place. It's all in there. So if you want to really become dangerous at communicating and become very social, if you want to go from a shy, unconfident speaker to a social Chad who's charismatic, you can join the communication lab. That's where I teach you how to do that. But yeah, I just gave you lots and lots and lots of knowledge and tips and philosophies when it comes to becoming a social Chad, becoming socially slick as an introvert, geared specifically for you. And if you want to learn more stuff, you can join the communication lab. But yeah, if you use this alone, it's going to be life-changing. All the shit I taught you now, I hope you understood. I'm sure you did. I'm a good speaker, but, explaining all these fucking concepts at once, it gets fucking difficult, bro. It gets difficult. But yeah, I'm sure you understand everything I've said so far. Use these tactics. Implement them. Genuinely change your life. I taught you this for free. I didn't charge you for it. Just use it. Practice speaking. Increase your general knowledge. All this shit's gonna really help you when it comes to going from a shy introvert to a confident extrovert. Alright? I genuinely hope this helped you. I genuinely hope this helped you. Because this is a video that I wish I had. Years ago when I was in class, I was shy. I didn't say anything to anyone. But now I can go have conversations with people and have a good time. And it's really helped my mental health a lot. This is shit that I wish I knew. So yeah, I hope this helped. If you want to learn more lessons and tactics and everything you need to know when it comes to making that transformation from shy social, join the communication lab, change your life.